What's going on, everybody? Checking out the REK HXP. This is their new 2.25 inch cut expandable broadhead. This thing is absolutely wicked looking. Look at that big chisel tip. All their broadheads have that chisel tip. I love that thing. You're cutting on impact. Killer deal. These blades are stainless. They're big, but they're accurate. I'll show you how accurate they are a little bit later in the video, because I'm going to do some accuracy tests just for myself. I want to stretch it out to 30, 40, and 50. I'm building this one back because I shot it. Pull that chisel tip right off of there. These blades slide out. Now these blades have a little pin. Let me see if I can move my finger. See that pin right there? It slides through both blades and holds them together. And then this aluminum housing here has a little groove, a little rounded groove. There it is. On both sides of this slit here, that this little pin slides right down in with the blades, and that will hold it into place and keep it from going anywhere other than where it needs to go. Now once you do this right here and get it to that point, they have a retention spring. I don't know if you can see. Let me move my fat fingers out of the way here. See how it's got the little L shapes on the sides of the flange there? I've learned that if you bend these things, it's a little bit easier to get them in place. But it's like a turn lock mechanism. The L shape goes into, well, let me get it set up here and I'll show you. See these little lock phalanges here that come out? That's where your L-shaped phalange comes into play. You just turn it. I've only done this like once or twice, so bear with me here while I try to get it right the first time. Harmless enough. They just twist into place just like that right there. Then you screw your chisel tip back on and just kind of watch everything as you're tightening it up. Make sure nothing's coming out or nothing's doing anything weird, or tighten that chisel tip down and you're ready to fire this thing again. It's pretty simple, really. I like it a lot better than the rubber O-ring. Can't stand the rubber O-ring on a broadhead. Drives me absolutely nuts. Everybody has a personal preference. Mine is not the rubber O-ring. But anyway, that's pretty much it dissected in its simplest form. You've got the big steel chisel tip, the stainless blades, and the aluminum housing, and the steel hinge there, the retention system. Pretty simple, pretty durable. I haven't had one yet that I've shot that has not expanded, so that's a really good thing. I'm going to go outside here. I'm going to test some flights. I'm going to probably try to shoot it through a milk jug. I've done some milk jug tests in the past. But yeah, let's go outside and take a look at this thing. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and start these tests. All I'm doing is a flight accuracy test. I want to see how accurate these broadheads are compared to my field points at 30, 40, 50, and possibly 60 if I have enough room. But let's see what these things can do. All right, let's kick this off here with 30 yards. All right, we're sitting at 40. All right, here's 50. Okay, this one's 30, this one's 40, and that one's 50. That's pretty accurate, if I have to say so myself. Let's turn this baby around here and see. Not only that, look at the penetration. Granted, my block target is getting pretty rough because I've shot it so much. But look at the penetration there on all three of these shots. All the expanding broadheads here, every one of them deployed. That one didn't quite make it all the way through the block. But the cut, all of them's got the cut on it. They all expanded 30, 40, and 50 yards, extremely accurate. All right, here's another test that I like to do just for fun, just to see a bleed out test. This is an airlocked milk jug. You guys have seen my short videos. If you haven't, go check them out, where I just test different broadheads with an airlock milk jug to see the bleed out. I don't have any food coloring or anything, but I'll still be able to show you the drainage and all that stuff. All right, you can see it's bleeding out right there, pumping pretty good. And you come across this side, you can see the cut. That is an exit wound. The entrance, you can see the cut on the entrance. It definitely expanded. So I think it did pretty good. This is what happens if you take the lid off of an airlocked milk jug with a hole in it. And that will show you the bleed out right there. Look at the entrance. It's flat pouring out of it. Okay, so airlocked, it bled out really good. Took the lid off, so it wasn't airlocked, and it just, like somebody was pouring a bottle of water out. Absolutely poured out of it. You've seen the cuts on the entrance, the cuts on the exit. It expanded both of them. These broadheads are pretty killer in my opinion. All right, final thoughts on the REK HXP. Like I said before, 2.25 inch cut, big old freaking chisel tip on there. I like them. I'm a fixed blade guy, I really am. I love their FX4. That's just me. I'm not a real big mechanical person, but I really like these. I like the concept. I like it better than, I like the retention system better than the O-ring. That's definitely a plus in my opinion. The only con that I've really got, and I don't even really consider it a con because it's on every single mechanical just about. There's a few that don't have any, but the O-ring / retention system, having to buy that part extra to hold these mechanical blades in place. And that's with any mechanical broadhead, just about. There's a few of them that you don't have to, but very few and far between. But you got the O-rings, you got the retention system on this one. So I really don't even really consider that a con, because you have it on 90% of your broadheads out there today, the mechanical broadheads. But I really like the metal retention system for this one as opposed to the O-ring. So that is an added cost, but you're going to be buying that stuff anyway if you do mechanicals for the most part. So like I said before, I am a fixed blade guy. I love their FX4. I'm going to have the FX4 and the HXP in my quiver just because in flight tests and things like that, I didn't see any different in the way they flew at 40 yards, 50 yards, none of that stuff. All of it hit within that same realm of area that I was aiming for. So I'm good with that. I'll have the FX4 and the HXP in my quiver. If you're looking for a new broadhead this year, just to change it up, or you want to try something different, whatever, check out the REK broadheads. These things are absolutely wicked looking. I've never had one fail on expansion. Of all the tests I've done, I bought some extra retention springs just so I could do these tests and stuff for you. And I've just about used them all, shooting different tests and all that type of stuff. And I've never had one of them fail at all to expand. That's about all I got for you today. If you want to see a video of this broadhead shooting through cinder block, shooting through a bag of red water for a bleed out test, shooting it through wood, different stuff like that, gel block, go check out REK Broadheads on YouTube. They just dropped a video, killer video. Go check that out for those kind of tests. This is just a flight test, a milk jug test, just the kind of test that I like to do because I don't like to tear up my broadheads. But overall, I like it. I really do. I like the flight. It's very accurate compared to your field point. The cut on the milk jug, which is obviously it's just a milk jug, nothing real serious, but the cut on the milk jug was great. It expanded both times, the entrance and the exit. Every time I've shot it, it expanded. I've never had an issue with this thing expanding and doing what it's supposed to do. I love the big chisel tip on all the REK broadheads. It's cutting on impact. So if you're looking for a new broadhead, go check them out. They are linked up with my channel, so JKG15 will get you 15% off if you decide to get you some REK broadheads. I hope you all liked today's video. Don't forget to smash that subscribe. We'll keep doing what we're doing. Thanks, y'all.